Welcome to Tāmaki. Well, look, it's a real pleasure to have so many of you here today, and thank you very much for taking time out of your busy lives to be interested in the future of New Zealand politics and the future of ACT, the future of the government and our beautiful country. And it's a real pleasure to be inviting you here and hosting you here, not just as ACT's Deputy Leader, but also as the local MP. And it is a stunning waterfront filled with absolutely wonderful people. So if you're here from Tamaki, thank you for your personal support. But if you're not, welcome to this beautiful part of Auckland. Look, we have a really awesome day today. I know there are a lot of people here, people who I've been talking to before we started sitting down, who've been talking about wanting to have a message of hope, wanting to know what ACT can bring to the future of our country. We know there are people out there still hurting. It's been really tough with the economy. It's been really tough with the cost of living. And it's been really tough with the sense of division that we've had over the last government and still now. We want to be a united country that has shared values and a shared vision where everybody can have a comfortable life. And if you want to do more, you can do more. And you should be successful and proud of your own achievements for yourself and for your family. That's what we are about in ACT. We are here to celebrate people getting up every day, wanting to do the best for themselves, for their family, and then for the community as well at large. Now, we've got some really awesome people who are my colleagues here today as well. I'm not going to list them all off because they're all here, except for one, Nicole. And she would have loved to have been here this morning. She did her best. She got on the plane. She got on the tarmac, but unfortunately never actually managed to leave Wellington. So she is here in spirit. But look, today is not really about me, it's about you guys, because none of us in Parliament and my colleagues in government would be there if it wasn't for your personal support. You know, people who help us not just financially, but with friendship, and people who help us build the policies that see us have a brighter future for New Zealand as well. But I also would not be a happy person going back into the office if I didn't do a small shout out for our volunteers who get up every weekend and really help us build ACT into the future. We're only 1 year away from the next election. Shockingly close. But we've got a lot to build and grow ACT. We've had record results, but we can build and strengthen our party even further. And I know down the back, Scott has some wonderful leaflets that he would love to give out to any of you. If you have any time this weekend or in the next weekends, we have some calendars that need to go out into the community. So if you'd like to help out even more, please feel free to see Scott afterwards. But today is about ACT's State of the Nation address, and we're all here to hear from the leader of the ACT party. And I wanted to just share a couple of thoughts about David before he comes up here to give his address. You know, I've known David now for 10 years. Worked with him for about 7. It's shocking, I know. And I've been the ACT Deputy Leader for 4 years and a bit already. And you get to know people behind the scenes. I know a lot of people feel like they get to know David because he's in the media nearly every day. But there's a couple of core values that I think really speak to who he is as a person and what drives him. And I've never met a more principled person. Someone who knows why they get up every day to help drive ACT and get better policy for our country. He knows what his values and his vision is. And yes, there might be some people who disagree with that, but you've got to give him credit for actually sticking to his values and knowing what they are. And I think there are more and more Kiwis out there who want leaders with a vision, who want something to give them hope and to cling for. He's also someone who I know has stood up against a lot of vitriol in his time. You know, with the firearms law, he knew what he was doing was right. I worked with him on end-of-life choice, and he knew what he was doing was right, and it was for the betterment of our country and for people's lives. And I think that's also why he gets up for the Treaty Principles Bill too, because he believes it will make New Zealand a better country. So that's a little bit of things that we see behind the scenes, and I hope more and more Kiwis will see throughout this year as well. But without further ado, David Seymour.